Hey y'all, welcome back to Mrs. Lynn's Cooking. Today we're going to make homemade loaded baked potato soup. All you'll need is cheese, preferably sharp cheddar, bacon bits, the real bacon bits, scallions. I'm going to use a small 5-pound bag of potatoes, cornstarch, milk, and nochi if you want to put it in there, but you don't have to. Oops, I forgot. We're also going to add in 2 eggs to our potatoes. And what I'm doing is I took a whole 5-pound bag of potatoes because they were small. I cut them in half, and then I'm just chopping them up into bite-sized pieces. This is all you're going to do with all your potatoes. Okay, after we cut up our potatoes into bite-sized pieces, we're going to take it over here to the sink, and we're going to run cold water through this. And we're going to rinse these really, really good because we need to get as much starch as we possibly can out of the potatoes. Because if not, it will boil over. So we're just going to keep washing it until it's almost clear. You're not going to get it completely clear, but almost. And we just repeat this process. I should have used a funnel, but that's okay. If what happens. Okay, and like I said, with this you may have to only rinse them for possibly twice. That should be plenty. As you can see, they're starting, the water's clearing up on them. And that's what we want, because we want to get as much starch out as possible. And then what we'll do is after we get through doing this, we take it over to the stove. Okay, we've rinsed the potatoes and I've put them in a pot. And what I've done is I've added 2 raw eggs with it, and they will cook in there with the potatoes. You only put enough water in there, about maybe an inch above the potatoes herself. Once they're cooked, you're going to keep checking it, and the best way to tell if the potatoes are done is to take a plastic spoon or spoon, it doesn't matter, and just keep testing the potato until it's soft. When the potato is soft, it's done cooking. Okay, now our potatoes are done. Like I said, what you do is just take one, and if you could break it with a plastic spoon, the potatoes are done. Your eggs are done as well. So we're going to take our eggs out. We're going to put them in a bowl so that we can take them over there, peel them, and dice them up. And now what we're going to do, you're going to leave the water that's in there. And at this point, we're just going to start pouring milk till it turns it almost white. Let's see here. And turn your stove down on low at this point because, like I said, everything is cooked. Okay, we got that. So, and now we're going to put in our butter. I'm going to put in probably about 2 to 3 big tablespoons of butter. And we're just going to and it's just going to melt down in there while you're doing your eggs. And it's about 3 tablespoons of butter. Now, we're going to take our pepper. You don't have to. And I'm going to go ahead and put my pepper in. And that way it's going to go ahead and start flavoring it. And I'm just going to take the lid off because this pepper is really large. So I'm just going to sprinkle my pepper in like so. And then we're going to stir that up. And I turned everything down. And right now all we're doing is kind of warming up the water mixture with the butter. That's all we're doing. Okay. Okay, now you can see that it's on low because we're just melting that butter. We do not want to boil the milk. We just want it nice and hot. I took my 2 eggs and I've diced them up in just an egg slicer, or you can do it with, knife and a fork. And that works just as good as well. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch that we put in water. We're going to stir it up, and we're going to add it in. This is what's going to make your your broth thick. And we're just going to keep stirring this until it thickens up. Okay, and like I said, we're just stirring this around until it thickens up. We're going to make a thick, it's going to be a loaded baked potato soup is what it is. But you just put the cornstarch in here to make it thick. And it doesn't add any flavor or anything to it. It just thickens. So we're just going to keep stirring this a little bit so it does not stick to the bottom. And that's pretty much it. And your potato soup is done. Okay, our soup is done. All we've done is added the sharp cheddar cheese to the top of it, bacon bits, and green scallions, the top of the green scallions. And if you like my recipe, please like and subscribe.